Cindy Fine joins us in the studios today from the
Good
Boys and Girls Club. Good morning.
Good to see you.
You
and
too.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, sweetheart.
Shannon Burns and Dennis Miller, and we're glad that you stuck around because we've got some big news that's happening over the next few months, not just next week, but the next few months
Right.
with the Girls and Boys Club, right?
Absolutely. This is the time of year we really kick it up. And so we've got some new dates we want everybody to pay attention to. As far as fundraisers, again, being a 501c3, donations, fundraising, grants, that's how we make our money to support all these children. And we're supporting about 140 on a daily basis, and during the summer up to 500 sometimes. Wow. And we're hoping to increase that. So we've got some fundraisers coming up, and our first one is going to be on February 21st, courtesy of the CCBA, Citrus County Builders Association.
Great group of guys and gals.
Yeah, they do their Jim Blackshear's Memorial Golf Outing every year. And I believe this is the third year that they're splitting the benefits with us. So I want to encourage everybody to get out there and golf. If you don't golf, you can always sponsor a hole, donate an auction item. Last year, they raised more than $3,500 for the clubs.
Wow,
That's great.
That is an amazing figure. And when you think that it's $750 for a school year, $750 for a summer, I mean, they just paid for a couple of kids for a whole year. So, what a wonderful way for the community to give back to that organization, and we're so grateful they share it with us. So that's coming up in February. March 26th, we have our Steak and Steak, which will be our 14th annual, and it'll be the second year down at M&B Dairy. So
That's always a blast. I was down there last year, and it was fun.
Yeah, we had a good time, and I think we're doing the Cow Patch Bingo again. Little Bessie was our favorite.
For those who don't know how that works, give us the explanation on it.
Well, you actually have like a bingo board,
right.
And we feed the cow a lot. Leon makes sure she eats and drinks an awful lot. And so then when she finally has to release, wherever it comes out, if that's your square, you buy a square. If that's your square, you get the proceeds.
There you go.
Last year, it was a gentleman from out of town who came, and I think we ended up giving him $475.
Whoa.
awesome. That's
Yeah, so, very fun. And of course, there's music, and the Kiwanis of Inverness cook the steaks. They're going to cook the whole meal for us, do that for us this year.
I tell you what.
Great job.
Let me just say, if you haven't had the Kiwanis steak dinner, you have missed it. I don't know what they season those steaks with or where they get them from or whatnot, but it's one of the most delicious steak dinners that I had.
And how they do it for that many people just, amazes me, because I had not one person complain that the steak was overcooked or undercooked, it was phenomenal.
That's great.
So, we're really looking forward to that. Again, we'll have, silent and live auction items. But the main reason that we do Steak and Steak is to honor our Youth of the Year. And this year, we're kicking up the Youth of the Year program. And, we appreciate everything that every single child does in our club. But when you look at the national organization, Youth of the Year is really designed to be for high school students, pretty much late high school, so that they're getting scholarships to go to college. They get to go meet the President of the United States, So we honor all of our kids with a Youth of the Month, and the younger ones, they get that a lot. But this year, we've really asked our high school teenagers to step up, and what are you doing that makes you worthy of Youth of the Year? Now, I know this year we're not going to get into the nationals or anything like that, because we just don't have quite that level right now. I think we've only got one or two that are 16. But I think that's a future goal that Citrus County can have.
Something to shoot for.
We have phenomenal youth in this county that do phenomenal things. And what a wonderful way they get a scholarship, get to meet the President. So this year we're actually going to, instead of just reading an essay from them, we're going to have our board interview them, be able to interact with them. And I think that'll be wonderful. So, we'll be honoring them at the Youth of the Year dinner. So that's always a good time. Like I say, at M&B Dairy, everybody likes to party at the farm.
Definitely so. Definitely.
And then the other fundraiser is the City of Inverness, who is so gracious to the clubs. We will be, once again, the benefactor for the Taste of Inverness. And that is going to be April 11th, again, down at Liberty Park at Lake Henderson from 6 to 9. And that is a very inexpensive evening, $25 if you prepay your ticket, get to sample all this fine food from the county. And, we've got some great restaurants. So, that's a wonderful evening. The City of Inverness, I don't know if you guys are aware or our audience is aware, but we actually house in the old Sheriff's Department right there on 401 Apopka. And they pretty much give us that for a very, very reduced cost so that we can operate the club.
And you got a nice little softball field right next door to you,
Use it for
which is
kickball
perfect.
almost every day.
And you got the trail right there as well, so it is perfect, and nice facility. And again, hats off to the city of Inverness
Yes.
for doing that. They moved that Taste of Inverness. They did have it out in front of the government complex.
Correct.
Moved it down to Liberty Park. What a great move that was.
It really was a beautiful setting last year. It really was. You know, you always worry on any outdoor event about the weather, and you got to roll with it. So the city of Inverness does get a huge tent so that if we had to, we could pull the picnic tables in, or people could, you know, stand at the high tops. But it was a lot of fun last year at the park, and seeing that sunset reflected in the water was really, really pretty.
And can they get tickets for these things now? I mean, the Steak and Steak, the
Tickets should start to be available for Steak and Steak, I would say, within the next couple of weeks, and we'll shout that out for you right away. I have a website now that is able to do tickets. So last year, people were able to do their suitcase party tickets online.
Right.
It worked really well. So we're just going to be able to flop that and do that. So we're going to make it as easy as possible for them to donate their money.
There you go. All right. Well, these are just some of the dates that you want to mark on your calendar and keep them in mind. We'll, of course, be reminding you of them before we get or as we get closer to those things.
Absolutely.
Some of the things that I want to talk about while we've got you here, I know you've got some success stories that we want to get to in the next segment.
Okay.
Just to kind of give you a feel, folks, of the success they're having at the Boys and Girls Clubs, and talk about some of the programs that
Right.
you're firing up and getting off the ground and running. So there's a lot more to come. Stay with us, everybody, as we continue right here on Citrus Today.